For many of us, function-based supports may be a new way of thinking about challenging behavior. When we use function-based supports, we address challenging behaviors by examining the environment in which they occur. In this training, the classroom environment is the focus. However, the concepts we will discuss would apply to many other environments. When a student engages in a challenging behavior, that behavior serves a purpose. The student is communicating something to us, and if we can learn what the student is trying to tell us, we can develop an intervention that is more likely to be successful. In trying to develop an intervention plan for a student's challenging behavior, we should focus on answering these questions. What is the student trying to tell us? That is, what is the purpose of the behavior? The purpose, or the reason the behavior occurs, is also known as the function. If we understand the function of the problem behavior in the context of where it occurs, we can use behavior supports that are more effective, those that are based on the function. Throughout this training, we will use the challenging behaviors of Demi and other students as our examples. Demi's teacher, Ms. Brantley, decides to consult with Mr. Adams, a teacher who is also a behavior support coach. They determined that the behavior management supports Ms. Brantley used with Demi have not been successful. They need a more systematic way to address Demi's aggressive behavior. They need to answer the questions: why is Demi aggressive? What is the function of Demi's aggressive behaviors? Much of the time, challenging behaviors are learned responses. Students who chronically engage in problem behaviors have learned that it is one way to get what they need. Often, these students do not know any other way to achieve the same outcome. For example, think about Stephen, a student who struggles in math. Every time a teacher hands out a math worksheet, Stephen crumples it. When he crumples the paper, the teacher then removes the worksheet and allows Stephen to stay in his seat. This student may want to avoid completing his math work. And Stephen hasn't learned how to ask for help. He has learned that crumpling the paper gets him out of doing the math work. What happens when we don't address the reason or function of the challenging behavior? Students may engage in it more frequently because it helps to get them what they need. If a student isn't provided an intervention that helps, he may stop one behavior and escalate to another behavior. Think about Stephen, who crumples the math worksheet. If he doesn't get help, he may start leaving the classroom. While challenging behaviors are difficult for everyone involved, there is good news. Teachers can learn to identify the function of the behavior. They can develop a plan that is function-based, that is, meets the purpose of the behavior. The teacher can teach new skills that students can use to get their needs met. Thus, a student's need to use a challenging behavior is decreased. For example, Stephen's teacher might give him extra help by working the first problem with him when she hands him the worksheet. She may choose to teach him to ask for help when he is struggling to complete the worksheet. Both of these solutions will provide Stephen with the extra help he needs to complete the worksheet and make the worksheet less aversive. Let's review what we've learned in this section. The function of a behavior is the purpose, or reason, the behavior occurs. If we can learn what the student is trying to tell us, we can develop a behavior support plan that is more likely to be successful. When we use function-based supports, we develop a plan that meets the needs of the student, or the function of the behavior.